Hello and welcome to TinkerTanks-WoT. We're in a Tier 5 battle on Lakeville in the American Tier 5 tank destroyer, the T67, formerly known as the the artist formerly known as the T49. And very fast, very lightly armored vehicle with a rapid-fire 76mm cannon. One of my favorite tanks in the game. Very quick, very mobile. Good flexible vehicle for responding to changing conditions on the battle map. So Lakeville, typically people advance up through the valley along the 2 line or go through town, and the primary battle is usually in town, so I'll be heading over that direction. And typically I stop along the way to see if anyone gets spotted along the lake road, because you do have to watch the lake road. People will get out there and fire into town if nobody keeps them honest. So looking for a good position where I'll be able to see well along the road, but able to duck and cover quickly if and when they start shooting back. And the M8A1 is calling for help, but of course several tanks are heading for town. He's just faster than they are. So looking out over the lake road, since the nerf to view range on tank destroyers in patch 9.6, I can no longer see the middle of the lake road, and we don't seem to be having any scouts moving out into the lake road. With the armor destroyer station at the south end, it's covered pretty well for anyone going down there, but it's not looking like I'm going to be getting any shots at them when they're still out in the middle. I don't particularly like the strategy of waiting for them at the south end, because this gives them the opportunity to fire across the lake at the tanks in town. And that can be really seriously annoying if you're trying to fight a battle in town and suddenly somebody across the lake is shooting you in the ass. But I'm not doing any too much good here, unfortunately. And of course we're denied a view of the north end of the lake if we don't have scouts advancing up the middle. But it is what it is, and now things are starting to heat up in town. They've had the first encounter, and quite a few enemy tanks are showing up over there. I think it's time for me to get over there and help, unless I can get a shot from here, which it seems I can. Put one into the Chiri, but he moves out of range, and nobody else is obligingly showing themselves, so I'd better get moving. Get my butt over into town where I can be some real help. The AMX-40 looks like he's on the lake road, but he's actually, looking at the mini-map, he's on the other side of the mountains, so can't really deal with him. And everybody's out of sight in the central square, so I'm going to have to move into town, past Little Martyr. It's a good vehicle, the Martyr. It's a Tier 3, but it's still competitive when used properly, even in a Tier 5 game. So, here we go. Moving into sight is a Panzer 4D, and he's dead. And T25 around the corner. Well, hello there. Not paying attention? Well, we can fix that. So, moving forward, we've cleared out the center of town. That was a lot easier than usual. Oops. But now I can see the guys across the lake, and there's a Stug advancing on our tank destroyers. And yes, thank you, I'll have some of that. And the vehicle behind him has disappeared. Or maybe it was the one on the other side of the mountain. Anyway, if he's going to show me his ass, I'm going to have a piece of it. Well, figuratively speaking. And that's it for the Stug. So, with that end of the map largely secure, I can't feature that P1C doing a whole lot to threaten the, or that Stuart for that matter, to threaten the folks down at that end. And there's a Valentine anti-tank here, ready for some destruction. And I'm always happy to oblige. Not sure what exactly he was doing there. He doesn't seem to have been shooting at anyone. And there's a Crusader Tier 5 British light tank. Fat rapid fire gun, lousy armor, and wisely getting the hell out of the way, because there are 2 or 3 of us in position to shoot at him. That's another tank that I like quite a bit, the Crusader. It's an odd thing. It's a light tank that you drive more like a medium than a light. Anyway, this isn't about the Crusader. Oh, and a flak bus appears. And they have a very dangerous gun, but they're a very large, very soft target. And the Crusader wisely hanging back. So, no artillery in this game. So, no artillery hunting. But we do still have a few enemy tanks to take out. And there's the Crusader again. Puts a couple shots into me, but I have the health to absorb that at this point. His gun's very rapid fire, but it's very low alpha damage. And the BT7 is charging him. Takes 2 hits, but then takes out the Crusader. So, normally you might find artillery back here if there were any in the game, but it's also a good way to duck around and get a shot down the valley without exposing yourself too long. And there's a AMX-40. I'm not sure what he's doing, but it's nothing useful, so that's the end. He's taken out. And that's the end of the game. So, nice solid game, 1,564 points of damage, good for a high caliber badge, for the highest damage scored in the game. Top gun for shooting and killing, 6 enemy tanks. First class mastery badge, and a fire for effect ribbon, which you get for doing more damage than your tank's hit points. So I've racked up an awful lot of those, especially in this vehicle. Anyway, I hope you liked the video, and if you did, please like it below. And as always, I welcome your comments. So thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.